Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Oh boy, am I excited for today's news video. Woo-hoo-hoo. Boy, I have just read the title of this. I have not dug into it yet. We're gonna dig into it together. I literally just woke up. I know it's super late, but I stayed up late last night and I've not gotten much sleep this week, so it was well needed. So I'm very well rested. But I saw a video pop up about some little piece of Dokkan news that I was like, I need to cover this. If you guys have already read what's on the screen, you can see it. Battlefield 2.0 is on the way, thanks to the brand new V-Jump scan. Now, real quick, let's go over a couple of things. One, if you don't know what Battlefield is, and you're probably a newer player to the game, Battlefield is basically an old mode that Dokkan had that was kind of not very well received. It was very grindy and just like, it was okay. It wasn't like terrible, but it also wasn't, super fun either. But Battlefield is how you originally got the Clash medals to awaken LR Gohan, LR Ginyu, a couple other units, the Int Super Android 13, the Int Metacooler, stuff like that. And then, of course, they put those medals in the Baba shop now. But it looks like Battlefield is finally coming back. They did talk about it returning. When was it? It was a couple months ago. They put it in some announcement in JP that they said that they were still working on it. But this is the first update we're getting about it for, in a while. Now, two shout outs here. Shout out to Gummy Pepsi for the post. And then, of course, the boy Koala-san coming in with those young translations. So thank you very much. So we have the V-Jump scan right here. I know if you guys know Battlefield, you'll recognize that logo. Wow, they're using some ancient SSRs there. And these screenshots look very different from what Battlefield was before. Very different. Very different. Because before, here's what I'll do. I'll put a link to a video, of the original Battlefield gameplay in the description below, so those of you who've never seen it before can take a look, and see what the original gameplay was like, because I don't have any on my channel. My channel was made after the fact of this mode, so I'll give you a link so you can see what the original gameplay was like. But anyway, let's hop in here. So his original post says, if anyone can read Japanese, feel free. And then he says, it looks like El Arguino is finally obtainable again. From my understanding so far, it is required or recommended that you use 100 cards or at least you are to participate in the new Battlefield 2.0. That makes sense because the original Battlefield mode, basically the point of it was to use all of your cards. And it was kind of like this thing where you threw them out and then you try to attack the enemy's wall to break through, but there's also enemies coming at your wall and you had to fight them off. It's hard to explain. Just look at the video in the description. I think I'll try and find maybe a defreeze video on it, but nonetheless, and then Koala translated down below. So that's what we're going to look at here. So Koala just has the different parts in segments here, so we're also going to look at that besides the main big pictures here. LR Broly's there as well. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's see. Battlefield 2.0. You can participate when you are rank 150 or above. That makes sense, and here's why. This whole mode is about using as many cards as you can and as many of your powerful cards as you can. So by 150, you should have a decent amount of cards. If you're just starting off, this mode is definitely not for you. And I know 100 cards sounds like a lot, and rank 150 sounds a lot, but for this mode, if it's anything similar to the original, definitely necessary. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Alright, anyway. Challenge the enemies with characters that are UR or higher. Interesting. So before, you're able to use SSR cards, and SRs too. But it looks like you have to use only UR. Not TUR, just UR there. Clearing stages will reward you with items that can be used to strengthen your characters. Interesting. So let's take a look at what segment of the text that is. That one. Okay, so it's this stuff on the side here. Cool, cool. Alright, next thing here. Make your team with characters that are rarity of UR higher. Be careful, you can only choose characters of rarity that are UR higher. Your battle will be easier if you go in with large amounts of characters. Chunks, you can choose up to 100 characters. Okay, good. So You probably want to do that too. Because you need as many characters as you can get for this mode. So that is, where is that section? Okay, so this little thing right here. So this is just showing them selecting the box. Unfortunately, the V-jump scan is kind of low quality here. But that's okay. Can we actually zoom in on this here? Yeah, ooh, that's disgusting quality. Oh my Lanta. But yeah, you can make out all these units here. And they're just like selecting them down there. Also, there's a Dragonstone sale when they took that picture. That's kind of funny. All right, anyway. Choose your opponent. Choose your opponent from the multiple enemies that are shown in the stage select screen. The key is to go in with a team that is well prepared against that enemy. Chunks, the first step to defeat all enemies that are shown. Interesting. So before it was a random boss that would appear, and this time it seems that that's not the case. I did see that in this picture, yeah. So that's the number 2 here. So it looks like here he's either picking Insamasu Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Tech Goku Black, or the STR Future, the Super Future Trunks. Interesting. Or there's a question mark. I wonder if that's like random. And that's his level 3. Interesting. So it's kind of like a split path kind of deal, it seems like. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Challenge the strong enemy with 100 of your chosen characters. The battle will commence as usual as a regular battle. There will be multiple fights, thus use items and super attacks to advantage to clear the stage. Fight efficiently. Trunks, be careful. The characters that have been used once cannot be used again in the following battle. Okay, so that so this is like choosing the character here. They chose Goku Black. That's right here. So that's interesting. They did keep that mechanic. Once your character is knocked out of the battle, you can't use them again for that run. So like it's got some strategy to it where you don't want to use all of your best characters all in the beginning, because then obviously once you get to some of those more some of the more difficult fights. Also, I just realized, hold up, there we go. Sorry about that, I was cutting off the text. I have 2 different setups if I'm recording on DBZ Space or if I'm recording on the Reddit. I forgot to change it, that's my bad there. Anyhow, now that you can see that, you could still see it pretty well before, but of course I'll leave a link to everything in the description as well as per usual. But nonetheless, let's see, so we got that. Right, okay, so we got that. Number 4 here. Defeat all enemies and make the boss appear in the center. When you defeat all opponents that are displayed, the last boss will appear on the question mark spot. Fight him with the remaining characters that you have. Interesting. So it's not choose your path, you have to fight them all eventually. So look, here, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the AGL one appears. Is that on the next page? Yeah, that's on the next page here. Interesting. Let's see. When you defeat, okay, we got that. The last enemy is very strong. Be sure to still have some strong characters left over. So that's what I was saying. That is very reminiscent of the original Battlefield, where you're trying to save your characters for, you know, the later stages because it gets more difficult as the fight goes on. Let's see here. So we got that. Okay, so now we're on number 5. Okay. I keep losing my place. I'm sorry. Aim to clear the stage by defeating the final boss. The stage level will go up when you defeat the final boss. More enemies will appear and they will get stronger when you clear stages. Therefore, you should train your characters well. You have cleared the stage when you defeated all the enemies. That is when you can advance to the next stage. Okay, interesting. So after you defeat the main boss, that's when you move on to the next stage. And I'm assuming the next stage, that's reminding me of Kamen Rider X8, if any of you have seen that. What's the next stage? But anyway, so then I guess you move on to another section of these once you beat the final boss in the middle. Interesting. Also, if we take a look here, I don't know if Koala covers that. We'll go through everything and then we'll see what he didn't cover, or at least the pictures here. Okay. 6, clear the stage and claim luxurious rewards. You will be rewarded with luxurious rewards when defeat all the bosses. That might be a little typo there, but that's okay. You can exchange the battle crystals for battlefield medals in the Baba shop. These medals can be used to Dokkan Awaken a certain character L Arginyu Force. So interesting. So you can still use the crystals. If you guys don't know, you got certain crystals from playing Battlefield. If you scroll through the Baba Shop on JP, you'll see it. The section is still there. You probably won't have a lot, though. And that is where you originally bought the Battlefield medals. So it looks like you can still buy the Battlefield medals, and you can still buy Ginyu. Interesting. So I actually have the SSR Ginyu from the last time. I had enough crystals the last time Battlefield rolled around to get the Ginyu, but I didn't have enough. I got some like other cheap stuff because I didn't think it was coming back, but now it is, so that's cool. So you can still buy the Battlefield medals, which is interesting. I wonder if they're going to change the name of that when it comes to global, if this even comes to global. It should, though, because LR Ginyu will have to come at some point. Either way, these medals can be used to awaken a certain character, LR Ginyu Force, right, because when he gets to LR, he's the LR Ginyu Force, not just LR Ginyu. Battlefield medals can use to Dokkan awaken physical Ginyu to LR. Trunks to obtain 100 UR or higher rarity characters and challenge these strong enemies. Interesting, okay. So, yeah. So it looks like for in terms of rewards, we're going to be getting Kai, stones, and orbs, which is always helpful. You know, you're always needing every one of those things. So that's pretty dope. Let's see here. Checkpoint. Okay, so this is just like the last little bit of information it looks like. Let's see. Checkpoint. Trunks, collect as many Roys as you can and have them trained up. These bosses can't be compared to usual bosses. Here are some points to be careful about. Warning, they have an extremely large amount of HP. Their HP amount will be just something else. They will also reduce incoming damage. Interesting. Okay, so this is the picture here. Warning, heavy attacks. Even their regular attacks are strong. Be prepared for it. Warning, be careful for the extremely powerful super attacks. Reduce the damage from super attacks by using your skills and your items. Interesting. So let's take a look at what we got here. So, of course, everything's a little blurry, but we can make out what this is. So this is, of course, Goku Black super attacking. Here it looks like he's hitting for 150,000 K. Yikes, that is pretty powerful. And then this is Goku supering, and it's showing his reduced damage. I can't make out what those numbers are. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it looks like he's not hitting for a milli like he usually would. Interesting. Alright, so basically this is just kind of detailing the all of this stuff down here. And the cool thing, too, about Battlefield, if you guys don't know, because, you know, if you've never seen it before, is, like, when you threw in your characters, it gave them, once you like picked all your characters and then you got into the actual mode, it dispersed the characters that you picked randomly. So then once you like got your characters to break through the wall, like I was saying before, again, watch the video below for some more context. You kind of had to make a team out of the random characters that it gave you. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that or if you actually get to pick, because that doesn't seem like it's detailed here. Well, let's take a look. So we got everything on this page, and then this is cool that they had all the characters on the side, and then okay, so it looks like we got everything covered here. I do like that they use the Trunks story mode art to kind of like show how he's feeling about each of these. That's kind of funny. But yeah, that's I think everything that we got for today. Very interesting stuff. Honestly, I'm really glad that Battlefield's coming back. I'm glad that they revamped it. You know, this is definitely new content for the game. Very exciting stuff here. I'm definitely going to get LR Ginyu this time around. That's for sure. I'm going to grind this mode out until I can get him. Now, unfortunately, with V-Jump scans, they never really give a specific date to when any of this is coming. We can assume that it's coming within the next month, though, because usually V-Jump scans cover like what's coming up in like the next month of Dokkan, and apparently there's a lot of other Dragon Ball stuff in here, but of course I didn't look at it. I didn't look at anything besides this Dokkan V-Jump scan, of course. But yeah, that's going to do for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Again, links to the V-Jump scans and the original Reddit post are in the description. Of course, shout out to the Reddit as always, the boy Koala for translating, and Gummy Pepsi for posting this. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of Battlefield coming back in the description below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good day out. Peace.